Hey guys, welcome back to How To's and Reviews. Today I'm reviewing a budget system. So this budget system is called You Need a Budget, or Ynab for short. So we were looking for a new budget system. We've always been longtime Dave Ramsey followers, and we still are, and I love the ideals of it, but as a small business owner, we sort of need something a little bit more in-depth. We needed something that could connect our budgets, not only with our house account, but with our business account and our savings accounts and our kids' savings accounts. There's a whole lot more to it now that we have our own business. So I found Ynab through another blogger actually, and I decided that I wanted to try it out, and then I contacted the company about reviewing it. I'm really excited about it, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. So Ynab is like a whole mind shift. It is mainly the software that you can purchase, but it is also some other stuff too. So the 4 rules of Ynab are: rule number 1, give all your dollars a job. So this is not unlike other systems. A lot of people do the zero-based budget, where you take a certain amount and then you budget all till you get to $0. Like everything gets a name, from your utilities to clothing to eating out to even just money you want to stop and get a coffee with. That's not a new idea, but the way that you set it up on the software is new. So, well, at least is new to me. I really like the fact that you can not only have your main categories, but you can make subcategories. You can allocate some money for a different month. You can allocate it to savings. There's just all these different little tweaks that really made this a different type of software than I've ever seen. Rule number 2 is save for a rainy day, which really isn't a new thing necessarily either, but it was really kind of making sure that you know that you need to not only save to save, but also anticipate things like your car registration, or maybe your life insurance premium that comes out once a year. Because when those things come and you're still only living paycheck to paycheck, then those are bigger deals. But when you anticipate them and you save a certain amount over a long period of time, then it doesn't hurt as much. Rule number 3 is roll with the punches. I like this idea because I feel like when people hear budget, they think it's so strict, but they're really saying that you have this budget, but you can change it at any time. You're the boss. So if you feel like you really don't need clothes that month and somebody asks you to go out for sushi and you didn't have that in your entertainment budget, then you can take it from clothing and put it into your entertainment, and that's not a big deal. As long as all your bills are paid and you know you can do these things without there being a big gap somewhere else, then go ahead and roll with the punches. And rule number 4, which I think sets them apart from other budget systems, is live on last month's budget. This is exactly what we were trying to figure out when it comes to our small business, because with a small business, our income is not the same every month. So we were doing great with Dave Ramsey when we had a budget based off of our weekly paychecks, and just like everybody else, most people do, I guess, not everybody else, but most people do. And it was really hard to kind of pay ourselves based off of the money that came in that month, and then try to figure out how much we might need if there was a slow month. And so this is what we were really trying to figure out. And actually the Ynab system is set up really nicely because you can see multiple months at a time, and you can also see the money carrying over. One thing that's really great about the Ynab system is you can allocate money for following months, and you can see all the months at the same time. So that I think is really great because I can see where the money came in and then where it's gonna go. For us, that's especially good because we end up invoicing for work that we did the previous month, but it comes in that month, so we're actually 2 months behind. We were having a hard time figuring out how to do that just on paper. And so doing it on the computer is so much easier. I am totally a pencil and paper kind of person, and we have been doing a budget on paper, but this was really awesome because it's set up for you. So along with the Ynab mindset comes a lot of support, and I really like this because they have free educational classes, and they have a really awesome YouTube channel that they've done tutorials on how to use the system. They've done how to use the apps. They're all connected that way via Dropbox. I just think that Ynab is stressing that the education is as important, if not more important, than the actual software itself. If you can't use the software, then you're not gonna go anywhere. It was actually really, really user-friendly, but the added classes and podcasts and online education really makes a huge difference. It's anything from how to use credit cards effectively to how to use specifics of the software if you aren't getting one part of it, which I think is really awesome. So a few pros. Ynab does give their software away for free to college students. That is awesome because so many kids go to college not really knowing how to budget or what APR means or how they're gonna take care of their money. They're just on their own. So that's really awesome that they do that. As I mentioned before, I love that you can see months at a time, and they highlight 3 months at a time for you to actually see on the budget. That is my favorite part of it. And I especially love that you can allocate money for the next month. It's so easy to just say, okay, these people paid, this money came in, and then this is actually gonna be for October instead. So there are a few cons that I found. I think that it's really a con that you can't link your bank account to the Ynab software. The software is a one-time fee. It is not a monthly membership, which I think it has to do with that. I know that for most systems where you can link your bank account, there's a monthly fee to that. So it's kind of hard because it's a con that you can't link it, but it's also a pro that you're not paying monthly for this system. You just one-time fee and it's yours. One con is I'm really not a math genius and I'm not really into like spreadsheets and PowerPoints and all those things. So when it comes down to actually using the software, while I could figure it out myself, there are a couple of things that I really did have to go back to the education and find out, which is totally great that they have that. In some case, I had to really research how to use it, but for the most part, if you're just trying to do the basics of the software, it's totally user-friendly. It's if you really want to get into like the graphs and stuff like that, that I had to go and use the education. So like I said before, there is a $60 one-time fee. They do have a 34-day free trial. I used that first before I even contacted them about doing a review. And after about 2 weeks, I was just in love with it. So I have seen some coupon codes like floating around for $5 off, which is really good. Again, they give it to college students for free. But I think it's worth doing the 34-day trial if you think this is something that you might be interested in. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this review. Go ahead and hit subscribe to come back for more how-tos and reviews. Bye.